can breathe among the fumes that trail across the sky. There's a thunder all around me and a poison in the air. There's a lousy smell that smacks of hell and dust all in my hair. And it's go, boys, go. They'll time your every breath. And every day you're in this place, you're 2 days nearer death, but you go. I've worked among the spinners and breathed in the oily smoke. I've shoveled up the gypsum and it nigh on makes you choke. I've stood knee deep in cyanide, been sick with a caustic burn, been working rough and seen enough to make your stomach turn. And it's go, boys, go. They'll time your every breath. And every day you're in this place, you're 2 days nearer death, but you go. There's overtime and bonus opportunities galore. The young lads like the money and they all come back for more. But soon you're knocking on and you look older than you should. For every bob made on this job you'll pay with flesh and blood. And it's go, boys, go. They'll time your every breath. And every day you're in this place, you're 2 days nearer death, but you go, boys, go. They'll time your every breath. And every day you're in this place, you're 2 days nearer death, but you go.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and those of us who know better, I'm your most foolish girl, but you can call me Pyrite. And, okay, it is working. I thought I was going to have to fiddle with my settings for a bit there. But, we are here. My mic is working this time. I remembered to turn on my PNG tuber this time as well. I didn't realize that my mic just fully wasn't working the entire time last time. Literally until about 10 minutes ago when I checked the VOD to be like, ooh, were my audio levels correct? No, they weren't. There was no audio. Anyway, so we may have missed, because of that, we don't have the explanation of what the fuck we're doing here, but we are doing Waterworld. We are doing, this is a revamp of the single biome lukewarm ocean world that I was doing literally a couple years ago before I realized that the new terrain generation fucks it and makes it not just water. So we're using the Waterworld super flat preset, but we have changed. We've gone into the settings and we have changed it to a lukewarm ocean rather than just a regular ocean. We're all on the same page. Okay. Now, last stream, I got. Hello, Ami. Hi. I'm streaming again. Last stream, I got axolotls. So I've now updated to, I believe current version. But we're now updated, and what we're going to do is, I doubt anyone actually saw what happened at the end of last stream, because I don't think anyone was watching, because I didn't, again, no audio, but I died horribly. But I did, off stream, go swim back out, pick up my stuff, because I couldn't stand the thought of losing. Mostly it was the bamboo. Mostly it was the bamboo that I didn't want to lose. Thank you, Army. So I have bamboo, which is why the title of the stream is "Wood is in our future, lads," because guess what we can fucking grow? That's right, bamboo. And bamboo very much will just give us wood. So I don't even actually need to do my whole. I mean, I still am going to do my whole complicated plan of getting moss, growing moss via bone meal, but that is not a current immediate need, and I need to put a torch about here. So, what we're going to do is we're going to see how... These are our axolotls. We've got one of every colour. How much dirt do we have? We have a decent amount of dirt. And we have, importantly, we also have a pillar up to the surface, which took a disgusting amount of time. I can tell you that. I mean, it didn't take that long, but I did get attacked while I was doing that. So, we are going to take, I think just 2 stacks. And we're going to also, while we're here, we are going to turn... Fuck it, we're just going to turn all of that into bread. I don't think... No, we can't. We will be able to use wheat for breeding because llamas use hay bales. Llamas are one of the small handful of creatures that we will be able to get. So it will be something we can do. Just not right now. So, I think first order of business very much has to be, let us get... Let's just put this torch down here for a sec first. And then we're going to actually... make I think another set of torches, just because, I mean, coal is not great at the moment, but we will have opportunities for coal in the future, and also we are about to make wood be in our future. So, current step is we are going to swim up, and we are going to build a platform, and we are going to put... We were going to just put a bunch of bamboo on said platform once said platform is big enough for a bunch of bamboo. Actually, I'm just going to, just immediately place. Just because there is no point in waiting around to place the bamboo when I've only got 2 bamboo. Okay, so aside from bamboo, what I would like to do today is get moss. And I don't have to feel bad about going and swimming and generating chunks anymore, because theoretically everything should be generating correctly now that we've updated, and I don't have to worry about generating a bunch of those little ocean ruins that could otherwise have sniffers, but because I was generating them before sniffers were in the game, they weren't gonna have them. But one of the things that we, as a society, as a group, as a community, need to decide here is the issue of strongholds. Because there is, because I generated the world on 1.17.1 and have since updated it to whatever version this is, 1 point whatever, 1.21.11, I think. Whatever the current version is as of the 25th of March. Whatever the current version is as of then is whatever version I'm on right now. I also... As you can see, I got map mod. I don't actually know. I did just see that there's a little... don't know what this bit of generation here is, because I literally haven't loaded up. Does it have my previous? I literally haven't loaded up this world since I updated and installed the map, so I don't know what this whole gubbins is. But regardless of that, because of the way I did generation, there are strongholds in this world somewhere. I'm also noticing that on my little stream preview thing, it is lagging like fuck, so I hope it's not lagging like fuck for you, for the actual audience, because that would suck. But it's also not telling me that the bitrate is fucking up. So I'm just gonna, like, assume it's fine until proven otherwise. Which is potentially a bad idea, but it's what I'm doing anyway. Oh, right, spears exist now, don't they? But, yes, there is, somewhere out here, there are strongholds. Now, the thing is, the normal way that one would find a stronghold is, obviously, Eyes of Ender. However, because this is super flat ocean, I believe only way, at least the only way that I'm aware of, I could be wrong in this, but the only way that I'm currently aware of to get Eyes of Ender is obviously via the Nether, and the only way that I'm aware of to get to get to the Nether is by using the lava that is in the stronghold. Because there are no lava pools. There are no villages for blacksmiths. I'm not entirely sure whether there are or aren't ruined portals. If there's ruined portals, we might be okay, right? If there's ruined portals, then I might not have to look up the coordinates. But if there's no ruined portals, then I either just need to, like, go out there and hope, basically. Like, I just need to go out, boat around, hope for the best, get in the rings to try and find it. Or, oh right, yeah, I should fill this in. Or I can just load up one of my test worlds, find what the coordinates of the portal are, what the coordinates of strongholds are. Because that's a fun thing about super flat worlds, is as long as you're on the same biome, like as long as you're doing like plain super flat to plain super flat, or like snowy escape, snowy plain, whatever the snowy one is, or what have you, as long as it's the same preset, the portal is in, all of the strongholds are in the same spot. Just universally, they just always are. So, you know, if it comes to it, if it's necessary, I can just load up a test world, find where the portal is, go from there. But I mean, obviously, that is something I would rather avoid. It just, like, it's not cheating on account of, like, there isn't really a better way to do it, and like it's something that had I been noting stuff down better in my testing, I would already just know the coordinates, so I wouldn't consider it cheating. And like it's not like if you're doing regular super flat, you know the coordinates of the strongholds. You know, it's just something that's part of that's part of the super flat thing. You just know the coordinates of the stronghold. But, you know, I'd rather not look up the coordinates just because it feels, like I said, not wrong. It's just if I can get away with not doing it, I would prefer to get away with not doing it. Okay, we should actually get some torches, because that is going to start being spawnable soon. So I think what we are going to do today, aside from bamboo harvesting, is we are going to do a little bit of bamboo harvesting. But obviously I don't want to just do a stream of bamboo harvesting on account of, I mean, like, at this stage, I don't want to just do a stream of bamboo harvesting just because it's going to be dull. It's basically just going to be me waiting around for bamboo to grow and then picking it up and then putting down more bamboo. But aside from, I might do a stream like that in the future, but that'll only be like when this is more of an established situation. When I don't feel like this is just like me and the gang or what have you. When it's not, when I feel like a little less like I need to be doing stuff, and a little less like I'm just talking to myself, you know? When there's at least, you know, when we've got things going. And I should make another shovel, because mining all this by hand is annoying. Okay, so I keep thinking I'm going to go start strip mining, but the thing is I'm not, on account of that's pointless, because there's no ores down here. I guess maybe, you know, actually, it might be slightly useful in that there are trial chambers, and there are mine shafts. And I believe strongholds also, with the way they're placed in the world, I think they will get down this low. Or at least in testing, I have seen them get down this low at least once. So it's not like they can't get down this low, you know? So I might actually do a bit of strip mining. If that seems like, no, because I think actually it'll be more interesting to just go along the surface to try and find those things. Because, I mean, it's strip mining or it's going in a boat, you know? These are our options, and I feel like boat is marginally more interesting. Like, I'm not going to say it's thrilling, but it's at least not literally just stone until we see stuff, you know? We can at least see drowned, for example. Okay, so we are going to take with us, honestly, just the, actually, hang on. One thing we can do is we can actually make like a little bit of armor. I'm considering making a shield. My hesitation there is that I don't use shields. Like, just consistently, if I'm wearing a shield, I don't use it. If I have a shield, I don't use it, you know? So I don't think there's necessarily a reason for me to take a shield, just because it's literally not going to get any use. And we are just going to make a handful of torches. And we are going to go up. Oh, actually, we're just going to shove that. We're wearing the leather boots just because they are depth strider boots. I don't think they're great depth strider boots, but they are depth strider. So, and as you can see from how many bubbles it takes to get to the surface, I would like to swim as fast as possible. Okay, that's a bit of growth. A little bit. I feel like I shouldn't set off literally right as the sun sets. That feels like a bad idea. But also, like, it's not like spawn rates are that affected in this world. Okay. Let's start off simple. Let's go investigate this sunken ruin. And we'll see how it goes. Because this is one of the ones that was already generated. So I don't really want to be going down to sunken ruins a lot without a brush. But a brush is going to be a slightly involved process to get. And this one is one that isn't going to even need a brush. On account of there is no suspicious sand here. Okay. Do I see a chest anywhere? Can I get a chest? Do these even have chests in them? Yes, they do. I'm being an idiot. No, okay. Okay, that's got a block on top of it. Because they hate me specifically. Fun fact I discovered last stream, by the way. If you leave if you just like leave a door underwater and it's dark out, shit can spawn in there. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Until I opened my front door and saw a skeleton in the door I'd left on the rest of the shipwreck. Because I heard clanking. I was like, where the fuck is this skeleton? Surely there cannot be a skeleton on account of how I am so far underwater. Ooh, look at the sea fishing rod. Don't mind if I do. That's actually something we can do. We can do a lot of fishing. I forget what things are on the fishing loot table that we, like, want. But I'm sure there are some. Now, normally, under normal circumstances, I would say that I think Nautilus shells are on the fishing loot table, and we want those because of course we want a conduit. We don't actually want a conduit, because we can't actually get one. Because we can get Nautilus shells, but we cannot get a Heart of the Sea. Because Heart of the Sea, it only spawns, to my knowledge, unless they've changed it and I haven't noticed, but to my knowledge, only spawns in buried treasure. And unfortunately, buried treasure requires a beach for it to exist. So we have just lukewarm ocean. Just does it not say biome anymore? Whatever. Point is, we only have lukewarm ocean. Which you may notice, not a beach biome. Very much not a beach biome. Yeah. So we can't get a Heart of the Sea, unfortunately. God, this is laggy like hell. So I think the ways we've been, because I think we headed like into the setting sun. God, we have way more We have way more ocean monuments around here than I thought we did. But I think if we head east, maybe? Maybe. I don't actually remember where. I think I was heading into the setting sun. So I think if we head east, we'll be heading into new stuff. So what we're just gonna look out for is ruined portals, mine shafts, trial chambers, and also shipwrecks, of course, because I would like moss. I would like moss. I think I already looted that one. My music is lagging for me, which is very comforting and really makes me feel like the stream is going smoothly. It really helps with the fact that my little stream preview on my other laptop is also lagging. You know, it's just so comforting. So comforting. But, whatever. Maybe we'll get really lucky and we will just straight up stumble across the stronghold and I won't have to feel like a cheat for looking up the coordinates, even though super flat you always have to look up what the coordinates are for where the stronghold is. I mean, I think technically you don't have to on regular super flat, but everyone fucking does anyway. Is that a ruined portal? That's a ruined portal. We're gonna be able to get to the Nether. We're gonna be able to get to the Nether without the stronghold. So that is wins for us. That looks like a good shipwreck. It just also looks like to be like really fucking close to that ocean monument, and I don't particularly want to get that close to an ocean monument just yet. Okay. Lads, we are winning. 1 obsidian down. Now we don't have any diamonds yet, so we can't just mine up the existing obsidian. Thank you. We are going to put a door here. It's somewhere around here. I think there's another chest. Right? Like they always have 2 chests? Yes? No? This is like... Is my assumption that they always have 2 chests correct, or is it just they always have 2, like, gold blocks? I think it might be 2 gold blocks, unfortunately for me. Okay, lads. Okay, yeah, you've got the suspicious sand here. So I really won't have to go far when I start searching for sniffers. But searching for sniffers is in fact going to take a little chunk, because I do in fact need... See, okay, let's look at this buried treasure map. See, that's not a buried treasure map. You know? So yeah, so sniffers, it's going to take a bit of a while, because basically what I need to do is create a mob farm. And I need to get chicken jockeys so that I can then extract the chickens from the chicken jockeys. And then from there, I will be if I extract 2 chicken jockey chickens and like put them in boats while I'm waiting for the second one, then I will be able to breed those. And while the chicken jockey chickens will despawn, and the chicken jockeys themselves don't lay eggs, though their offspring will lay eggs because their offspring are just normal chickens. Unlike trader llamas, which stay trader llamas. So the chickens will be fine as soon as I get past the initial I need to get 2 of them and breed them situation. And then it's just a matter of time. In terms of getting a second chicken to keep breeding with. Ooh, mending. Don't mind if I do. Okay, I don't... We are coming back to this one anyway, just because there could be sniffers in there. You never know. So, right, what we want to do is... Yeah, see, it's just very, very close is the issue. There may well be moss in there. If there's moss in there, I want the moss. I just don't want to get killed by guardians. Because I'm not turning on keep inventory at the moment. I usually do play with keep inventory. Just because I don't like losing my stuff. But, I don't know, this doesn't necessarily feel like the kind of playthrough that keep inventory is for. Like, it's a challenge playthrough. So I don't know if I'm gonna... I don't know if I'm going to never put keep inventory on. Like, I would be surprised if I never, ever, ever put keep inventory on at any point during this playthrough. But equally, I don't know that I don't need to be picking up sand. I don't know that it's really what I want for the majority of the playthrough, if that makes any sense. We'll see how I feel about it going forwards. I mean, it may well be a thing where I just, once I start dealing with Nether, I just turn it on. But we will find out. Inventory management, might have tested. And I think we already need to go back to base to dump some of this stuff. I'm liking respiration. This is why I put it on. So, we are going to go back to base. We are going to... Oh, it's right. It's behind. We're going to dump some of the stuff. We're going to see how the bamboo is going. We're going to head back out to look for more moss and more obsidian. Because we need 9 more obsidian. We got this. I actually genuinely did think that we would need the stronghold lava to get to the end, to get to the nether even. I can't remember if that's just because I didn't look for ruined portals in testing, or if I just assumed they wouldn't be here. But I'm glad to see they are here. The less I have, the less that I have to feel like I'm cheating about, the better. I'm just going to put a little marker there. I don't think this is where we're going to live forever. But it is where we are living for now, so it deserves a little marker about that. We are likely going to live like at the stronghold for a chunk of time. And again, I don't know if that's... Oh! I forgot. I'm going to be so real with you, gang. I straight up forgot that feathers can spawn in these. Okay, we're getting rid of that. Ooh, pumpkins. Getting rid of the stone spear. I'm never using that. Ooh, Nautilus armor. No magma block for us. Yeah, I straight up... Okay, we can make... No, we need copper. We're gonna need to kill a bunch of drowned. We are gonna need to kill a bunch of drowned so that we can get copper. Which is going to be annoying. But we do what we have to. Okay. And I think I saw a ruined portal. There's a ruined portal like that away, I think. What is that thing on the... What the... Oh, is that a I think that is a mine shaft. I think that's a ruined portal, though. So we're going to check out the ruined portal first. But I think that's a mine shaft, so we're going to loop back to that. We're going to loop back to that because there's an exciting new world with structures generating in it that aren't those. At some point, I am going to have to make a sodding guardian farm because you gotta know that I am... Oh, okay, it's not. It's just this section. Okay. You gotta know that I will be using a shit ton of prismarine in whatever I build. Like, that just... It's just necessary. Okay. So, we're going to go dump some stuff. We are going to go investigate what I think is a mine shaft. So it may have stuff in it. I don't know how useful that stuff will be, but it may have stuff in it. Maybe if we're really lucky, we'll just be able to loot 3 diamonds straight away. And we will just be able to like go mine that other ruined portal, that actual ruined portal that we found. And then I will be on my way to the Nether instantly, and I will be so happy. Even though we haven't found moss, which was like my entire plan for this stream was find moss. God. Oh, in news of things I'm doing aside from vintage story stuff, which is it's taking up a lot of my brain space. I still don't know if I'm enjoying it though. It is my issue with vintage story, but in terms of stuff I was talking about last stream, dolls. I've been getting real into collecting dolls, particularly Monster High, and this month has been a great month for me not fucking spending my money. Like, so just, I don't know what they have been doing. I don't know why they have been making the choices they've been making. But just consistently, I think genuinely all of the Monster High releases this month, I have looked at and gone, that's ugly as fuck. I'm not buying that. Because there was a Coraline release, and I looked at the doll, and she's got like a super smug face, and I'm not particularly into Coraline in general. It was never one of my favourites as a kid. It's not... Nowadays, it's got like a little extra negativity associated with it in my mind, just because of the allegations against Neil Gaiman. And, which isn't great. And then the doll looks smug, and she looks somewhere... She looks like sort of a blend between Coraline and the other mother, but not in a way that I think was intentional. Like, I don't think they intentionally set out to do that. I think they just fucked up making Coraline. See, this is the great thing about bamboo. It's just so fast growing. We will soon be able to harvest it and not need to replant immediately. So they produced Coraline, and she doesn't look good. I don't like her. I mean, I like the accessories she comes with, because she comes with a little mini doll for little doll for your doll, which is always great. Love when the doll has a doll. And she comes with the black cat, which is cute. But just the doll itself, not it. What's there it is. Temporary waypoint. Doll itself wasn't into it. The face looked weird. The face looks like weirdly mature. Like, she looks way older than she is. They gave her cheekbones for some reason, which is really weird. It's like Coraline has a very round face. Like, I think she's got like a little bit of a pointed chin, but her cheeks are very, very round. So I don't know why they gave her sharp cheekbones. It's just not great, not good. Don't know why they did that. So that was a weird choice. And then they also released a Morticia doll, and specifically Morticia from like Wednesday, the Netflix show. And my stream preview is not looking great. Hold on. Are you okay, stream? Are you okay? Are you alive? I'm wiggling so that when it loads again, because I just refreshed the stream preview page. I'm wiggling so that I can see if I'm moving. Okay, Steam deciding now is the time to like update. It's not helping matters. Okay, well that doesn't look like it's better. Okay, where's... Yeah, no, it does. Okay, OBS is telling me there's been no dropped frames, so I'm going to have to trust them on that. Okay, it looks like it might just be the stream preview that's wigging me out, because the OBS thing looks fine. But hey. It's now not letting me tab back in. Oh, Minecraft just crashed. Okay. Fantastic. Yay! An unexpected issue occurred. Fantastic. Right, we're gonna load back up. Let's actually shove the be right back screen on while we load back up. Whew, yeah, my laptop is not a fan. Because I am still doing this all on just my laptop. I don't know if you can hear it whirring. That's her fans going. But yeah, she's not having a great time. She is warm. But she is surviving. Just about. She's not a fan of the many things I have open. Minecraft should be loading up again. It should be launching. I did hit launch, but we'll find out. But yeah, like I was saying, so they did a Morticia, and it's specifically Morticia from Wednesday. And I mean, part of the thing is similarly to the Coraline thing, I was never going to like that doll because I don't care about Wednesday the show. It's just not a show that appeals to me. It released right as I was entering like a very much like a real I am an adult now. I'm sick and tired of watching shows and reading books and whatnot about teenagers. So it released at a point where I was just like really averse to the idea of yet another show about teenagers that everyone's talking about, and like all the people I follow on Tumblr are being like, oh my god, this is amazing, and I'm just like, it's a bunch of teenagers again. Can we cool it? Can I get a show about adults, please? So that was a bad time for me, and also I'm never going to like this idea of Wednesday being like rebelling against her family in like an edgy way. Like I can see her trying to rebel against them by going like all normcore, but I just don't see her go. I don't understand this whole like, ooh, I'm gonna rebel against my goth alternative family by being goth and alternative. You know, it just doesn't work for me. And yeah, yes, Minecraft should be back. So that just doesn't work for me. It's just not something I'm into. A lot of the plot just wasn't something I'm into in general. Okay, it has flung me back here, but I think it's left my boat out there somewhere. Okay. Let's just harvest a little bit more bamboo. And then we'll go pick up our other boat from storage, I think. We can always retrieve the boat that maybe has been left out there / maybe has been deleted on our way back if necessary. So yeah, so there was that, and the doll, like, it's fine, it looks okay, but I mean, just in general, I'm not particularly an Addams Family person. Like, there's nothing against them. Honestly, by all accounts, I probably should be into the Addams Family. It's a very American show, and like a very American thing. And I guess actually part of it is I feel like I would have latched onto it more if I'd been introduced to it as a child, and also if I like didn't have a supportive family, because as it is, like it very much seems like it's the kind of thing that's meant to be a refuge for the misfits and the weirdos, which is great. And to an extent, I am a misfit and a weirdo. But the thing is, I have a very supportive family, and I've always had a very supportive family. So I don't really like need that refuge, if that makes sense. Like, that's just not something I'm missing in my actual life, is that support. Which obviously, like, I know how that sounds, like, oh, I'm not, I don't need that, but, like, it's just not something I'm missing. So I didn't, like, latch onto it in the way I feel like a lot of people who maybe, like, did feel like outcast latched onto it, you know? So I'm just not particularly into that, and so I wasn't going to be particularly into this doll. But also she's got like she's fine. I don't have many problems with her outfit. I just have a problem with the heels, because her heels are like a classic example of lazy object heels. Ooh, that looks like it might be a lot of drowned or something. But it's just classic lazy object heals. Like it's just, oh, we have, you have like a basic shoe and then just a heart as the heal for one, and then like a plant as the heal for the other. And I get that the like they are specific references, right? Like they are specific references to Addams Family stuff and Morticia stuff and all that. However, it nevertheless feels a little like, oh, this is all you got for me, you know? It is just like, I feel like you could have done better, really. We are going to actually just like block that off. Actually, we're going to pull this. This is rude. This is rude. Let me out. We're going to pull this forwards a bit so that you can still get in there and out. Okay. Because what we want to do is we want to get into all of this proper. See, yeah, we've got... Is that a trial chamber? I want to say that's a trial chamber. That's definitely a trial chamber, but I want to say that's also a trial chamber. You know, because it's way too close for it to be a stronghold. Because, like, spawn is around here. But yeah, look at all this shit. Look at all that malarkey. Okay. Good God. See, I was never gonna like those. But they also released a they also, like, this was a couple of days ago at this point, but they also did Mattel Creations Revealed. Now, Mattel Creations Revealed is a hot mess of an event because it is essentially a bunch of Mattel's properties coming together and going, here's what we have. We're going to do a bigger event where we all drop items at the same time, and it's going to be great. But the thing is, some of these properties, difficult to get excited about. To be honest, I don't think I've ever looked at the Uno bit and gone, ooh boy, this changes the game. You know? It's just, you know, not a brand which I feel is innovating, or really that I feel should be innovating. Like, you're Uno. You don't need to innovate. It's a very much a CEO of Oreos moment for me. It's like, you already did it. You made the good game. Pack it up, go home. You don't need to do all this. So, you know, it's difficult to build hype for Uno. And I mean, also, hold on, my throat's getting a little sore. Drinking water. I mean, it's also a thing where, like, obviously for properties like Barbie, like Monster High, like Hot Wheels even, like WWE, you have collections, right? Like, you have collections of figures, and you have collections of the dolls and all of that. But even if you like Uno, who the hell has an Uno collection? You know? It's just not something I see happening. Okay, come on. Can I get you to... Can I... Let's, tactical retreat. Yeah, it's just not something I see people collecting, so I feel like all of these like collector edition Uno decks feel a little bit pointless to me. Like this one, it was a Ken release. They made a deck where all of the cards are Ken, as in Barbie and, which like okay, go off, I guess. Fuck, have fun, sure, but like, do I care about that? No. But it's also a situation where it's just super awkward no matter what. Because, okay, well, we're just gonna like go around that. Don't think they can actually get through here. Because like last year, I've actually only seen 2 of these events, but last year they had like a professional set. Like it was a couple of chairs, chair for the no, it wasn't chairs. It was you had like a thing in the middle. You had like a little podium thing with a case on the top where whatever they were revealing was in that case, and you had the host and you had like a super fan of whatever property it was would come up and be excited about the thing, go, ooh, I hope it's this, ooh, I hope it's that. And then you'd get the super fan would hit the button and it would reveal the thing, and they would go, ooh, this is amazing because of this, and this. I'm so into this new product that you've just released. Thank you, Mattel. Which, like, yes, cheesy, yes, corporate. Of course it was. Was it awkward sometimes when the super fan would go, oh, I hope it's this like obscure thing because we never get stuff like that, and then it's just like a really basic thing? Yes, absolutely, it super was awkward. Don't get me wrong, it was so awkward. However, they made it worse this year, gang. I'm honestly impressed that they managed to, but they made it more awkward. Because what they did was they had it so that there were like little booths for each of the sub property, each of the brands, and then okay, well, see, what we should have done is not do that. What we should have done is back out of the hole. That's what we should have done there. Okay, let's swim towards home. Hopefully, our stuff is intact. I don't think we actually had anything much on us. So that's something at least. But so they had this like room, and they had little booths set up for each of the things, kind of around in a circle, and like the live studio audience, instead of being like sat down as an audience, were just kind of in the middle, and they kept having to like shuffle around, and the host kept, at one point, because the little booths weren't actually set up in the correct order for the broadcast, like for the schedule of when things were getting announced, they straight up had to cut across the middle of the live studio audience to reach the next slotted thing. And it was just so awkward. And like the mics, both the hosts and the little like handed out mics for like the super fans, those were all like echoing in the studio. And I just don't understand how they fucked up the production that drastically. that it was just so scuffed. And they started 20 minutes late. And they had this little, like, halftime show where they did like a little quiz between a Master of the Universe superfan, a Barbie superfan, and a Monster High superfan, who is in fact the Monster High superfan specifically is a doll influencer I watch. I mean, I don't watch. I know of. I only watch like one person for dolls, and it's not someone who would ever get invited to the things by their own admission. But it's because they like actually have opinions, and if they think something's shit, they'll say it's shit. But so it means they're never getting invited to the press tours, which is unfortunate because I'd love to see them go. But for some reason, the like questions, because all the questions were obviously like they were asking Masters of the Universe questions to the Masters of the Universe fan, and Barbie questions to the Barbie fan and all that. They weren't just tossing out bullshit that they had no clue about. Okay. So I guess we might have to just abandon that stuff, to be honest. We're gonna make another sword, is what we're going to do. We're gonna make another sword so we can at least harvest that bamboo, and then we're gonna go in there. We might actually make a shield. Though actually I don't know if we have the wood to make another shield. Another shield? A shield. But for some reason, all of the Monster High... There were 3 rounds of questions, and the concept was that each round would get progressively harder. And like it seemed like the Masters of the Universe and Barbie questions were fairly hard. Like the Masters of the Universe person only got the first one right. The Barbie one dropped out after, I believe, like only got 2 right. But the Monster High ones was super easy. Like I think the question that the Barbie person got wrong was a question about like a specific accessory that some Barbie came with. It was like, what accessory did insert historical Barbie come with? And the answer was like a feather boa or something like that. So, like, it's not even one of these things where it's like, oh, what accessory did this hairstyle Barbie come with? Oh, well, it came with a set of straighteners for your own hair or something like that. It was just like, yeah, no, what did this random Barbie come with? Yeah, I don't think we're going to have the wood for an actual... No, we are. We got this guy. Okay. So that, and then that for a shield, and make bread, and turn that into that. Turn that into that. That's a sword. There's a shield, and we're going to remember to use it, aren't we? I say we like you have any control over whether I remember to use it. Okay. So, like, it was like, oh, what's this, like, the accessory that this random-ass Barbie had? I don't know. If you asked me what accessory any random Generation 1 Monster High doll had, I doubt I could tell you, you know? But then the hardest Monster High question, like the level 3 Monster High question was, what is Laguna's pet's name? To which the answer, as any Monster High fan could tell you, is Neptuna, as it has been since Generation 1. Like, it's not, that is, I believe Abby's pet changed name. I forget what which way round. I think one of the generations, it was called Shiver. I think Generation 3, it's called something else. I don't know. But, and I think Jinnifier has a pet this season, this generation, whereas she had there were like drafts for a pet for her that never came to fruition, which, to be honest, looking at what the drafts were, I'm glad they didn't. It was bad. But, like, what is Neptuna's name? That's not a difficult question, you know? Pretty much everyone, I would assume, who is a Monster High fan would be, like, aware of the main characters' pets' names. Because they're not difficult names. And I mean, it's certainly not on par with what did this random Barbie have as an accessory, you know? So that, I mean, and like, obviously I'm glad to see the Monster High fan win. That's my fandom. I'm rooting for them. But it did feel a little unfair that was the question. Anyway, let us go try and get our shit back. East. But yeah, so they had that whole event. It was a very awkward event. It was a messy event. And then for Monster High, we got 2 things announced. One was a full announcement. The other was like a 10-second teaser. Now, the full announcement was a Skeletor doll. Now, I'm not a Master of the Universe person. I don't care about this doll. I don't want this doll. In my opinion, she's also kind of ugly as hell. She's got like a lime green face, which I guess is accurate to some of the Skeletor action figures. But my immediate visceral reaction was, oh my god, she's so green. Which I don't think is what they were looking for in terms of an instant reaction to their fun new product. I don't think they were looking for, ugh, you know? The other thing is that, like, a lot of her clothing, like, in terms of me not liking her design, a lot of her clothing looks super cheap. Like, obviously, because it's Skeletor, she's wearing armor, which obviously, because she's a doll, it's plastic, but it's unpainted plastic. And because so much of it is plastic, the only cloth things on her are like a mesh underlayer top and like one of those leather skirt things that the Romans wore. But because it's like a leather skirt thing, it's done in like a vinyl-y pleather sort of situation, which just, it looks plasticky, you know? Which is fine, except when everything else is already so plasticky that I would like to see some actual fucking fabric, you know? They've stolen my trousers. They've stolen my damn trousers. Please start shooting each other, please. Fuck's sake. Gang. I don't think we're getting that stuff back. So looks. It's a lot of plastic. It looks cheap. It looks bad. I'm not a fan. This is not a collaboration that anyone was asking for. This is not a collaboration that anyone wanted. I think I've seen some people since the announcement be like, "Oh, this is so fun. I wasn't expecting this, but I like Master of the Universe, so hell yeah." Which is like, it's great for them. It's just not something that anyone else was like, "Oh, this is what I want," you know? I don't, like, it's one of those things where I'm sure there are people who are like, now, "Oh, yeah, I like this, I'll buy this." But I don't think it, even for those people, it was something that they had in their minds as, "Oh, what I would love is a Monster High collaboration," you know? So she looks bad. She dropped at the end of the live stream. Didn't buy her. I don't know how many people have bought her. I don't think it's many. But the thing they teased is one I want, and that is a River Styx doll. And she looks cool as hell. So I'm probably gonna get her when she drops. And my throat is starting to like persistently not be happy. So yeah, that didn't really fix it. I think what we're gonna do is we're going to do one more attempt at this. And if it fails, then I'm gonna end stream. And we can come back to this. And I will do just a shit ton of bamboo harvesting off stream, because you do not want to see me just harvesting bamboo. I promise you don't. And if we're lucky, skeletons will all just like despawned. Like if we're just okay. We might be lucky. We might be lucky. Okay. Okay, genuinely we might be lucky. Okay. So the real question now is the rest of my stuff over here? Okay, well I see. Oh, there's my torches. Okay. Right. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're golden. I lost my chest plate, but that's fine, actually. We are going to do some lighting up. And okay. I should probably I will between streams I will also probably rejig my entity radar settings, because that's why all the creepers have faces, because I this like profile, I don't use like a launcher or anything. I just use like the regular Minecraft launcher. So all of my Zero's minimap settings are the same as they are for like every other thing I've used Zero's minimap on. Which, and so there was some server or something where I must have been looking for creepers for gunpowder crimes, and now they're just all visible. Which, like, it's not terrible, but it's also not ideal. Did I lose my pickaxe? I did not lose my pickaxe. Fantastic. Okay, we are going to do a little bit more exploration of this. And I'm going to remember that we shouldn't break the sand, because if we break the sand, water is going to flood in. Hello, lads. Okay. We're gonna let them kill each other. They can kill each other, actually. Please. Okay. Oh, hello, lads. Oh, hello, lads. Hmm. Okay. Okay. We might have to get out the shield for this one. We're not using it particularly effectively, are we? Okay. Okay. That's another one down. Look, I can use a shield. You see, I can. Oh god, where am I being shot at from? Oh my god, he's up there. Oh my god, there's a whole cavern up there. Oh, Christ alive.